Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Could I have your attention, please? Welcome to the Al Cesky Scholarship Fund's 40th Annual Awards Banquet. It's hard to believe it's been 40 years. Yeah. My name is Greg Durward, and I serve as the Cesky Fund's banquet chair, so happy to be here tonight. This is always a very special night, and we're excited to be back here in the Riverwatch Ballroom in Water's Edge Event Center. Let's thank them for their hospitality. Also want to give a quick shout out to our two banquet sponsors, Harford Bank and Temp Masters. We'll hear about our other sponsors later in the program. But we're here to honor 24 scholar athletes seated before you. Year after year, our Cesky student athletes amaze us with their scholastic and athletic accomplishments. You all truly represent the best of Harford County. You already have accomplished so much, and there's many great things coming for your future. So we really enjoy hearing your stories and look forward to your futures. Later in the evening, my good friend Christy Breslin will introduce each scholar athlete. Collectively, these outstanding students will receive $65,000 in scholarships tonight. And in our 40-year history, I'm proud to announce that the Cesky Scholarship Fund has awarded $1,455,000 in scholarships to 832 scholar athletes. Now, I'd like to give a special recognition to the banquet committee members, including Paige Brannon, Erica Butler, Rachel Durward, Tina Graff, Amy Janigan, Steve Jones, Donna Lewis, Tim Lozenak, Mike Navin, and Katie Ramirez. Thank you. Now I'd like to bring up Camille Surgeon from John Carroll High School to sing our national anthem. Please rise as you are able and remain standing for our invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing. I'd like to introduce Father Andrew DeFusco from St. Ignatius Church in Hickory, who will offer an invocation.
Keep you standing to keep me short. I was going to quote some scripture, but all the passages from Paul about running all seem a little cliche, so I thought I would just quote the best sports movie. Who knows what the best sports movie of all time is? Wrong. Everybody's wrong. Chariots of Fire. Oh, Rudy's not bad. Chariots of Fire. If you remember Chariots of Fire, that the Eric Liddell from Scotland, his family was eager for him to start his missionary work in the Far East. And he was eager too, but he knew he had this gift. And he has this great line. He's telling his sister, listen, I know the Lord created me to know him and love him and serve him, but he also made me fast. And when I run, I feel his pleasure. So, Lord, we thank you for the gift of life, the gift of our souls and bodies, that you have made us one, soul and body together, to give you glory in everything we do. We thank you for these wonderful athletes who have learned to persevere and to struggle, to compete, to challenge one another in a spirit of fraternity, and to learn the balance of life, to study, to serve. Bless them today and every day, Lord. In your name, Jesus, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Father. You'll be seated.
Thank you.
So, folks, our dinner will now be served by the folks here at Water's Edge, and we'll return back at 8 p.m. for the program portion of our banquet. Enjoy your dinner. So before we get started, I have two announcements I'd like to make. First, I'm happy to announce that the 8th annual Susquehanna River Running Festival, which is our major fundraiser for the Al Cesky Scholarship Fund, will take place this fall on Saturday, September the 20th. The festival has 3 distances, a 5K, a 10K, and a half. The half marathon, which crosses over the Hayden Bridge over the Susquehanna River, was ranked by halfmarathons.net as one of the top bridge crossing marathons in the United States, and has quickly become one of the premier running events in the Mid-Atlantic region. In our first few years, the Running Festival has attracted runners from 26 different states and even 2 other countries. This is the biggest fundraiser for our scholarship fund. Please go to srrf.org to register or be a volunteer, because we need volunteers. Second, the Cesky board will once again be volunteering at the Bel Air First Fridays, this time in the fall on Friday, October the 3rd, from 5 to 8 p.m. in the parking lot next to Das Beer Hall in Bel Air. All tips when you purchase drinks will be donated to the Cesky Fund, so please drop by and tip generously. Now it's time to get on with the program. It's my sincere pleasure to introduce to you our Master of Ceremonies for the evening, the Honorable Angela M. Eves. Justice Eves was the administrative judge for the Circuit Court for Harford County, serving in Harford County for over 20 years. And in 2023, Justice Eves was sworn in to serve on the Maryland Supreme Court. And in the history of the Maryland Supreme Court, there have only been 2 justices from Harford County. So Angela was only the second in Harford County history to represent us on the Maryland Supreme Court, the first one dating back to the 1700s. Well, I say it's about time. Justice Eves was born in the Republic of Panama and moved to the United States in the 1960s. She is a graduate of University of Texas Law School and the Lyndon B. Johnson School of Public Affairs with degrees in law and public administration. She started her law practice in Dallas, then moved to Maryland in 1989 to continue her legal career. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Justice Eves.
Thank you, Greg. That was a lovely introduction. Hi, everybody. How are you tonight? Well, I am absolutely thrilled and honored to be serving as the Master of Ceremonies at this wonderful event once again. As one of 7 justices on the Maryland Supreme Court and only the second one from Harford County, I'm just thrilled to be representing the county. Now, my particular jurisdiction in terms of where the governor seeks to appoint justices from, I cover Harford and Baltimore counties, and I'm just thrilled that it wasn't Baltimore County that got the seat this time around. But I will tell you that hard work, persistence, gratitude, and just the support of family and mentors and friends, that's the thing that has driven me to succeed. And that's the thing that these young people that you are going to hear a lot about this evening also have in common. So, having said that, As you can imagine, we cannot stage an event like this without the support of many businesses, organizations, and individuals in our community. So please help me thank, first of all, our in-kind sponsors, Blue Jay Media, tonight's photographers. HarfordTV, and Level Up Fundraising. Our special sponsors, Rick and Catherine Cesky Garcia. You heard Greg thank our banquet sponsors earlier, Harford Bank and Temp Masters. Another round of applause for them. We also have wonderful table sponsors, Anderson Buick GMC of Abingdon, Bel Air Liquors, Falston High School, Harford Christian School, Jarrettsville Federal Savings and Loan Association, Phil Raub, Street Hopkins Real Estate, and the Karras family. We also have to thank our board sponsors, one of our guest speakers tonight, Moselle Brown, and also other members of our board, Erica Butler, our organizer excellent, Greg DeWart, Amy Jonigan, Donna Lewis, Tim Lozenak, Mike Navin, our other speaker, Don Pardue, and Ken Zorbak. Okay. All right. So, we also are pleased to have some special guests joining us tonight that we'd like to recognize. From the Board of Education, we have Lauren Strauss. And all of our high school principals who are here, if you would please stand. Also with us this evening are some former Cesky Scholarship winners. And if you would please stand. Former Cesky Scholarship winners, please stand. Awesome. And we know that student athletes could not do it without their parents. So parents of Cesky winners, past and present, please stand and be recognized for the contributions you've made. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce you to this evening's two special guest speakers. Moselle Brown is a 1952 graduate of Bel Air High School. Her Bachelor of Science degree is from Salisbury State Teachers College, which led to a career of 33 years as an elementary school teacher. Her free time, I don't know where she had free time as an elementary school teacher, but her free time was spent volunteering to raise funds for a cancer research center and helping get the Al Cesky Scholarship Fund established, and which has remained active for the last 40 years. And she was chosen as Harford's most beautiful person in 2005. Coming to the podium first, however, is Don Pardue, our other special guest speaker. Dr. Donald Pardue is credited with leading the charge to create the Al Cesky Scholarship Fund. He is a 1962 graduate of Bel Air High School and was coached by Al Cesky for 3 of the 4 years he played football. He is one of 5 brothers who played football at Baylor High School, all of whom were coached by Al Cesky. He was a team member on 2 of the 3 undefeated seasons under Coach Cesky. Don earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Southern Connecticut State University, as well as advanced degrees in mathematical statistics, experimental psychology, and education at Columbia University. He has taught at several universities, including 25 years at Columbia. Don currently lives in New York City. He serves as the Chief Scientific Officer for a travel safety technology startup enterprise, as well as President and Consultant for Cybernetica Consulting Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Don Pardue.
Yeah, if you want to. I'm not sure it's going to work, but we'll give it a try. We have some technical difficulties up here. I programmed my phone to give the speech, but it's not working. Neither am I. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here and showing your support for the values reflected in the life of our deeply respected and inspirational football coach, mentor, and community icon, Al Cesky. And a special greeting to our this year's scholarship recipients who are here tonight because they have demonstrated through their deeds, their academic and athletic accomplishments, and their community involvement that embrace the values that Al Cesky reflected in his mentoring, in his coaching, and in his contribution to our community. As Maya Angelou reminds us, people will forget what you've said. People will forget what you did. But people will remember and never forget how you made them feel. So imagine the power of the effect when a mentor helps you discover something within yourself that makes you feel good about yourself. That was the gift Al Cesky bestowed on so many of us, including myself. Al was a gifted athletic coach, but more consequential, he was a gifted mentor. He not only allowed you to feel good about yourself, he pushed you in the direction that fostered it. And he quietly encouraged you toward things that taught you how to do it. I have not given my testimonial a title here, but if I had, it would have been The Fingerprints of a Mentor. The influence Al Cesky had on my life has, to understate the case, been non-trivial. His fingerprints are all over my education, all over my life. I was neither a gifted athlete nor a gifted academic, nor did I come from a financially gifted family. I was average on the first 2, below average on the third. Coach Cesky, however, helped me overcome these shortcomings, if you say, making it possible for me to excel at both of them simply by communicating to me that he believed I could. And then coaching me and mentoring as to how to achieve it. Coach Cesky was not motivated because he saw a promising athlete or a promising academic talent in me, both of these which were quite modest. He was motivated to help me realize the potential, whatever it was, Cesky was single-handedly responsible for choosing and getting me admitted to a college in New Haven, Connecticut, where I had 4 very successful years as a defensive halfback, and evidence that it was not my academic, or rather my athletic skill that accounts for that success. When the sports writer for the New Haven paper asked my coach, how do you explain Don Pardue's uncanny success? He said, he has deceptive speed. He's slower than he looks. Then after 4 years of undergraduate college football, and a follow-on brief experiment to prove I was not sufficiently gifted to play professional football, which I think everybody do except me in advance, I moved on to graduate school at Columbia University. I wasn't sure I was sufficiently qualified for such an academically rarefied environment. But from my mentoring by Coach Cesky, I had the personal courage and the belief to want to try and want to find out. So I did. Again, I was not a gifted academic, but Coach Cesky's belief in me compensated for my self-doubts. After 5 university degrees and 30 years of university teaching, his judgment seems to have been validated. His fingerprints are all over my degrees, all over my education, all over my personal and professional life. And I also know with confidence from firsthand experience that the same is true with many of my high school classmates who had the good fortune of being coached, mentored, and encouraged by Al Cesky. But I know my story best, so that's the one I'm going to tell. 4 of my brothers, 3 older than me, were coached by Al Cesky, who, by the way, was worshipped by our mother because he watched after her boys. So dirty football gear brought home to be laundered and Coach Cesky's name were all part of the household reality of my growing up. If I recall correctly, I first encountered Coach Cesky in person as a sophomore member of the junior varsity football squad. This was followed by 2 years of varsity football, accompanied by regular academic pep talks and an occasional disciplinary scolding, delivered in person and having more the tone and content of cheerleading than a scolding. I felt more regret for disappointing Coach Cesky than embarrassment from his justified reprimands. It was how he made me grow. Memories of 2 events tell the story well. These events would have probably gone completely unnoticed, or if noticed, eventually forgotten by others, but are still as vivid for me today as they were that day encountered them 65 years ago. And that speaks to the power of the event, not to the power of my memory. In retrospect, they were protective reprimands having the character of a warning ticket for driving my future in a reckless manner. The first of the 2 was actually a common occurrence. If those of you who may have attended Bel Air High School, you may recall that the buses would come and unload at the front doors to the school. And there would always be some faculty monitoring the arrival, and Al Cesky would oftentimes be the one monitoring the arrivals. So in the first of these 2 occasions that I'm going to relate, Coach Cesky was often had hall monitoring duty at the main entrance to the school in the morning as the buses were arriving and students were being chaotically disgorged as they arrived. I was on more than one occasion stopped by Coach Cesky, who would suggest I needed to apply myself more in biology. in my mathematics class, my social studies class. I had no idea how he knew how I was doing in each of my classes, but he did. He never asked me about the classes in which I was excelling, probably because there were none. Years later, I reasoned he was actively fishing for colleges for me that I could get into. And when he succeeded in finding one, he wanted to be sure I would qualify for admission. He found one, and I was admitted. The rest is academic history. Every time I reflect upon my academic degrees and progress, I am recalled of those moments when upon entering the school, he would say, "You need to buckle down in biology." So after multiple degrees, multiple subjects, professorships at several universities, one being an Ivy League university, I still see Coach Cesky standing in the entrance to the high school, reminding me, in a very calm, encouraging voice, to buckle down on my biology, that I needed to get a little more effort into my English literature, and my mathematics class, and my sociology class. He knew my performance and grades in my classes better than I did. My performance in these classes were never criticized. They were always encouraged with firmness. His fingerprints are all over my academic degrees. In the second of the two recollections, I actually engaged in some mischief, uncharacteristic of me. And I engaged in it with several of my classmates. Some of you may recall, in fact, the practice may still be in place. Every spring, there is a traditional subversive undertaking by seniors, which I say, it may still be in practice, so this will not be new to some of you. It's called Senior Hook Day. I mean, it was innocent enough. Seniors simply were, on some unannounced day, AWOL with unexcused absences, which left the senior classes empty. School officials did not find much humor in this event, which in retrospect was probably viewed by students as emancipation practice, though by school officials as disrespect of authority. I suspect it was a little bit of both. But upon returning to school the following day, we seniors would be met by teachers and other school officials with an unmistakable lack of amusement, making resuming normal school life a bit awkward. And complicating this reentry to school life were faculty, including Coach Cesky, who would have lunchroom monitoring duties where they could do one-on-one counseling, perform interrogations, and pronounce sentencing. It was my misfortune, or in retrospect, my good fortune, to have my lunch period as one monitored by Coach Cesky. On this day, trying unsuccessfully to remain invisible, while I had my gaze fixed on my mashed potatoes, I could see Coach Cesky approaching my table. Upon arrival, he simply put both hands on the table across from my inactive lunch tray, bent over just enough so that his eyes were level with, but a foot or two from mine. And he simply said, "You know, you disappointed me." I do not think he reprimanded others from the football team members for the same offense. Maybe he did, but I don't think so. I think he knew my future was more at risk, and that I would have few recovery resources. And that my options were limited, and he would not take kindly to my messing them up. He also seemed determined to get me to university and would not take kindly to me sabotaging his efforts and my own future. It has been 63 years since that moment, but both that moment and the lessons about responsibility are as vivid today as they were in the spring of 1962, 63 years ago. And how did he know I was flunking biology? Then, as I was just starting my 5th university degree, my family started asking, "Don, when are you going to get a real job?" The time was ripe for me to do so, so I went to talk with my colleague, Donna Shalala, that was Bill Clinton's Health and Human Services Secretary, who was teaching at Columbia at the time. She encouraged me to take a position in the Mario Cuomo administration, the father, not the son, who was governor of New York at the time. I followed her advice and I went to work for the Cuomo administration in Albany, New York, doing social policy research and evaluation. Among the programs I evaluated, and some I helped design, were programs to give at-risk populations, at-risk youth populations primarily, support and opportunities that would divert them from self-destructive paths in their lives. My Cesky experience was fundamental to my program proposals. My research, perhaps a bit biased, but by my own experience, suggested that programs that put youth in contact with positive and support adult role models would strongly support the course of their lives and help them avoid destructive paths in their lives. My own experience certainly supported that thesis. More Cesky fingerprints. This time, now on the youth population of New York State. Then one day in April 1985, I was sitting at my desk in Albany, New York, critiquing a proposal for a community youth diversion program when my phone rang. It was my sister calling from Maryland. To this day, Al Cesky's mentoring has left indelible fingerprints on my life and the way I live it. And I think also for dozens, if not hundreds of others. We can best honor his memory by being mentors ourselves. So I admonish you all to look for the talent in and the aspirations of the youth and inspire them and coach them to realize all of it, the way Al Cesky inspired and coached so many of us. If you make them feel good about it, you'll put your fingerprints on the lives of our youth. And if done responsibly, they will never forget how you made them feel. So, you young men and women who are here tonight to collect your scholarships, your non-trivial accomplishments as you go forward to your careers and in your lives. Remember your potential as mentors, and remember, We make a living by what we get. We make a life. By what we give. You're off to a great start. Go forward confidently. Now, about that telephone call.
It was April, and my life changed that bleak morning when I found out that Al Cesky had died of a heart attack. He was only 57 years old. All of Harford County was in shock at the news. I began the arduous task of notifying my 5 brothers who had played football for Al Cesky and who had the greatest love and respect for their coach and mentor. One by one, they all agreed that yes, I should send flowers from the family and send them the bill, until I reached Don. And he said, well, flowers are appropriate, I suppose, but that's not enough. Give me a few hours and I'll get back to you. Well, when he called back, I could tell that he was heartbroken over the loss of his mentor, his coach and friend, but full of enthusiasm because he said to me, we're going to set up a scholarship fund. Wow. Could you invite everyone you think might want to help? And we'll need a lawyer and a banker, some former athletes, and some most respected members of the community. Oh, by the way, we'll need a place to meet. What about your house? And we'll meet right after the funeral. Well, it happened. A series of meetings continued weekly for almost a year. At the Hamilton Bakery, anybody remember that? Jim Hamilton allowed us to use his bakery to hold our meetings. Don took Amtrak down from New York to Baltimore. I picked him up in Baltimore. We had the meeting. I took him back to Baltimore. He took the train back to New York. That happened once a week for a year. I don't think he ever missed a meeting. And of course, the rest is history. But what a rich history. It took a year's work, and I mean unrelenting work, to task that finally resulted in getting tax exemption status and a fundraising effort due to the generation of William and Mary McGurk, and eventually the A.S. Abel Foundation, as well as many households across Harford County. And then there was the writing of the criteria and the formulation of the selection process. There's a lot of work to do, a scholarship fund. Believe in yourselves. The selection process used by the Al Cesky Scholarship Fund is in place and hopefully ensures anonymity until tonight when we find out who our major winners are. You're all winners. We made our first historic awards that very same year in, well, 86. He died in 85, and we made it in 1 year. We were able to give scholarships. And lest you get the impression that when my life changed in April, that it changed in a negative way, forget that. I want to be quick to assure you that because of Al's untimely death, several truths were revealed to me, and I didn't play football. Harford County is a place where, when things go wrong, we bounce back. And some of Harford County's most generous, hardworking, and dedicated citizens have become close friends and associates. And through their example, I have learned that real happiness and self-worth comes from giving back to the community. I have also learned that one should thank their mentors while they have the opportunity. Unfortunately for me, I was a little late for some people that I would like to have thanked for guiding me along a path of correct and wise decisions. So I would like to join my brother and challenge you to become mentors. Are you listening? Okay. If you didn't know Al Cesky, which you didn't, you probably know somebody like him, someone who has impacted your life so much that you will never be the same. Many of your future decisions will be made with the help of a voice inside your head, or a vision, a picture in your mind, or a vivid memory of some special experience, quietly but urgently guiding you along the way. It may crop up when you least expect to hear from this voice inside your head. And according to a story told by the late John Stedman, who was a well-remembered sports writer and editor and boyhood friend of Al Cesky, the turning point in Al's life probably came when he was still a student at the University of Maryland playing football. He volunteered to coach a basketball team at a Catholic boys' school who was so poor they couldn't afford to pay a coach. And that decision was pivotal. He realized what he had been called to do with his life. And there are those who are eternally grateful that he loved coaching so much that he made it a priority in his career, my brothers included. In 1950, Al Cesky came to Bel Air High School as a coach. He organized the first ever football program in Harford County. His coaching successes are amazing. Football record, 90 wins and 33 losses. And you heard that he had 3 undefeated seasons. And 2 of my brothers played on 2 of those teams. So football was really big in those days. I guess it still is. Baseball record, he had 142 wins and 56 losses. Basketball record, 49 wins and 17 losses. There was talent on the teams, but there sure was talent in the coaching. In closing, I would like to share a short story that might give one insight into the kind of man Al Cesky was and why and how the scholarship fund is so successful and hopefully will remain so. In 1983, our family decided to celebrate our first ever family reunion. Family members arrived from all over the country to take part in this 3-day affair, which culminated with a Sunday brunch at my house, our house. Ever mindful of the love and respect my brothers had for their coach and mentor, I had invited Al and his wife Jane to come as special guests. This was to be a surprise and a special treat for my brothers. Well, during the course of the afternoon, Al took the opportunity to reflect on some of the athletic accomplishments of each of my brothers, and in the process unveiled a plaque which he announced he planned to give. Lost my place. Which he planned to give to the Pardue who had contributed the most to school athletics. Well, you can imagine the anticipation of each one of them. I mean, after all, there were running backs, center, a captain, an end. No quarterbacks, but, but those positions are important too. They sat in silence waiting to receive the plaque. Who would get it? Well, Al, in keeping with the wisdom and charm that made up his irresistible personality, presented the plaque to our mother. Who he proclaimed had been the real strength behind any successes that my brothers had had. Not only in playing football, but in life's arena as well. So I'm saying to you, be like Al Cesky, be a mentor, and live so that when you die, even the funeral director will be sorry. Good luck and God bless you.
Wow, isn't that phenomenal? Come on, we got to do better. I think they deserve a standing ovation. Thank you, Mrs. Brown and Dr. Pardue. All right, so it is now time to meet our Cesky Scholarship winners. Now, what you will hear from our speaker who will introduce each of them, this is the beginning of your stories. This is the beginning of what we are now saying about you. But heed their words, make your mark, do well, become mentors. So it's now my sincere pleasure to introduce you to Christy Breslin, who will read our student biographies. Christy has been doing traffic in Baltimore for over 20 years for both TV and radio. Christy is currently the morning traffic anchor for WMAR Channel 2 News, where she can be seen every morning on Good Morning Maryland from 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. with all your latest traffic updates. I know, because when I have insomnia, I tune in. Christy is also the host of Harford Magazine on HarfordTV, which highlights upcoming events and nonprofit organizations in the county. She also serves as a community advocate, helping multiple nonprofits with their fundraising needs and helping to raise awareness for their missions. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Christy Breslin.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. Congratulations to everyone. I really look forward to this event every year because it's just amazing what our Harford County community and the students can do. So when I call your names, just remember to please stand and see that really good-looking cameraman back there. His name is Dennis. So you want to look at Dennis, so when you watch this back, you can say, oh, okay, there I am. So we're going to start with Jack Baker from Patterson Mill High School. Jack, where you at? Good job, Jack. Good start, good start. Jack participated in a variety of sports for the Huskies, including cross country, track, baseball, tennis, and swimming. As a 4-year member of the cross country team, he was captain as a senior. When the team won the UCBAC championship and qualified for the state meet, he was also senior captain of the indoor and outdoor track teams and ran the 4x800 meter regional champion relay team as a junior. Jack was first singles for the tennis team as a freshman and sophomore and participated in 1 season of baseball and swimming. Ranked in the top 20% of his class, Jack earned Distinguished Honor Roll all 4 years and AP Scholar with honors as a junior. He was a member of the marching band throughout high school, earning membership to the Tri-M Music Honor Society. He is also a member of the Spanish National Honor Society, involved with GSA and tennis club at school, volunteered with school theater events, and assisted in the community with the annual turkey trot, the town derby, and holiday lights display. Wow. Did you have any time, Jack? Amazing. And he is lucky, well, they're lucky, he's going to attend Shenandoah University, majoring in science with pre-physical therapy course track. He is the son of Barry and Allison Baker. Barry and Allison, stand up, you deserve it. Congratulations, Jack. Liliana Baldwin, who is also from Patterson Mill High School. She was a standout softball player for the Huskies, earning first team All-County as a sophomore and junior, and first team All-Metro as a junior. As pitcher, she had a 14-1 and 9-1 record during her sophomore and junior seasons with 52 strikeouts, 1.257 earned run average, 1.204 walks and hits per inning, pitched average during her junior season. Ranked third in her class, she earned Principal's Honor Roll every quarter throughout high school. She earned the AP Scholar with Distinction Award and Minds in Motion Scholar Athlete Award during her spring sports season. A member of the National Art Honor Society, she had multiple pieces of work featured at school art shows. She painted a mural displayed in her school and independently planned, scripted, directed, filmed, and edited a short film for the school's Interactive Media Capstone Class Film Festival. She was a member of the Art Club, Best Buddies, and volunteered with the Athletic Booster Club events. In the community, she volunteered as a recreational softball coach with the Miracle League, oh, such a great league, We Can Serve organization, and she also works for a local grocery store. Elizabethtown College is very lucky to have her. She will be going there to play softball, and she's going to make us proud. And she is the daughter, I am going to make every parent stand, of these kids, Francis Baldwin Jr. and Christine Baldwin. Congratulations. Natalie Barnt, North Harford High School. Natalie was a versatile athlete for the Hawks, participating in 5 different sports during every sports season. Wow. Throughout high school, she played 2 years each of JV and varsity basketball, serving as captain as a sophomore and senior. Natalie ran cross country as a junior and senior for the Hawks to a regional championship team, earning second all-county as a junior. She played JV soccer her freshman and sophomore years. In the spring, she ran track as a freshman and sophomore, qualifying individually for the state meet and the 3,200 meter as a freshman. As a junior, after an injury, she served as the track team manager, and as a senior in her final sports season with the Hawks, is playing lacrosse. She is ranked 7th in her class, distinguished honor roll every semester, member of the National Honor Society, as well as Spanish, Science, Tri-M National Music, and the National Student Leadership Conference Medicine and Healthcare at American University as a sophomore. Natalie will attend the University of Virginia, where she will major in chemistry and pursue dental school after college. So, you know it's time. Peter and Marjorie, stand up. You did a great job. Bryce Bauer, Havre de Grace High School. Bryce played tight end and defensive end for the varsity football team all 4 years. He was team captain as a junior and senior and was named first team all UCBAC as a senior, also being named Chick-fil-A Player of the Year. That is, did you get free Chick-fil-A? That's great. Okay. A standout baseball player, Bryce was the shortstop and pitcher for the varsity baseball team since his freshman year. He was team captain since his sophomore season, leading his team to the regional championship during his sophomore year and regional finals. He is ranked in the top 25% of his class, earning Distinguished Honor Roll and Principal's Honor Roll throughout high school, member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and was active in his church youth group. He's going to play baseball at Frostburg State University while studying business administration, and he is the son of proud parents Jason and Carrie Bauer. Stand up. Congratulations to you all. Chloe Brooks, Harford Christian School. Chloe played varsity volleyball and soccer all 4 years, serving as a captain for both during her junior and senior seasons. She was named to the all-tournament team every season in volleyball and was named first-team all-conference as a junior and senior when her team won the conference championship both seasons. Chloe was also first-team all-county as a sophomore and named the tournament most valuable player during her junior season. The Eagles were soccer conference championship during Chloe's sophomore and junior years, and she was named to the all-tournament team every season, tournament most valuable player as a junior, and first team all-conference recognition as a freshman and junior. She's ranked third in her class, earning honor roll throughout high school. Class president, she was active in school through honors, envirothon, band, and serving as a teacher's aide. She will proudly attend the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, where she will major in psychology while interning with the FBI. That's awesome. With plans to become a special agent. She is the daughter of Jason and Angelique Brooks. Jason and Angelique, stand up. Congratulations. Josiah Cole, Harford Christian School. Josiah was a basketball and baseball player for the Eagles. He was basketball team captain as a junior and senior and was named to the all-tournament team twice. As the baseball team's most valuable player during his freshman and sophomore seasons, he earned second and first team all-conference recognition. As a junior, he led his team to win the conference championship, earning second team all-conference honors and being named the most valuable player in the conference. He served as team captain since his sophomore year. He is ranked fourth in his class, earning principal's list throughout high school, president of the Honor Society, and involved with yearbook at his school. He will attend Pensacola Christian College and major in accounting. That is fantastic. And he is the son of proud parents, Ryan and Rebecca Cole. Stand up, Ryan and Rebecca. Evan DeVoe, the John Carroll School. Evan played JV soccer as a freshman before discovering his love for running during the indoor and outdoor track seasons that year. He shifted his focus to running as a sophomore and ran on the cross-country and indoor and outdoor track teams. During his junior and senior cross-country seasons, he was named All-Conference and Team Most Valuable Player, leading his team to win conference championships both years. He was named Conference Athlete of the Year during his senior season. He set the 4x1600 meter school record in outdoor track as a sophomore and the 5,000 meter school record as a junior. Academically, he ranks in the top 10% of his class, earning first honors throughout high school and AP Scholar with distinction as a junior. He is a student in the STEAM Academy AP Capstone program and is a member of the National Honor Society and Spanish. He was active in his school through campus ministry and a member of the mock trial team and architecture club. Evan will run cross-country at Mount St. Mary's and plans to study philosophy and government on a pre-law track. He is the proud parents. Gary and Dawn, stand up. You must be so proud of our Evan DeVoe. Isabel DeVos, Harford Tech High School. Unfortunately, she is not here. I believe they had a track meet, Greg, so they're over on Kent Island, so it would have been a little tough, but of course, we wish them the best. After starting at center back on the varsity soccer team as a freshman, she switched her focus to running and was named team captain of the varsity cross-country and indoor and outdoor track teams as just a sophomore. She was a dominant cross-country runner in the region, earning first team all-county since her sophomore season, second team all-metro, and as a junior, and first team All-State as a senior. She won the individual state championship cross-country race, setting the course record during her senior season. Izzy is ranked 5th in her class and earned Distinguished Honor Roll every quarter. She's a member of the Science National Honor Society and was co-founder and president of Bring Change to Mind Club in her school. This fall, she will attend Jacksonville University. So we wish her best of luck. Paige Fike, Bel Air High School. Paige was a 3-sport athlete, starting for the varsity field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse teams as a freshman. She was named first team All-County and first team All-Chesapeake all 4 years for field hockey. As senior captain, she scored 23 goals, notched 28 assists, and was named second team All-State and Harford County Player of the Year. During her sophomore basketball season, Paige had 63 steals, 53 rebounds, and 131 points as point guard. She was the team captain and named first team All-County as a junior. Standout lacrosse player and senior captain, she was named first team All-County as a freshman and junior, and second team as a sophomore. Paige will play lacrosse at Temple University, and she plans to study biomedical engineering. She is the daughter of proud parents David and Karen Fike. Mason French, North Harford High School. Mason was a 2-year member of the varsity soccer and baseball teams for the Hawks. He played midfield for the regional champion soccer team during his junior year and contributed 1 goal and 2 assists as a senior. As the starting catcher, he had the 3rd best batting average on the regional finalist baseball team as a junior and served as a senior captain. Prior to varsity, he played for the JV soccer and baseball teams as a freshman and sophomore, serving as captain for soccer and earning Best Defensive Player in Baseball as a sophomore. Academically, Mason is ranked 3rd in his class. He earned the AP Scholar with Distinction Award, High Honor Roll, and school letters for academics throughout high school. He is a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish, Math, Science, and Social Studies National Honor Societies. Mason will attend the University of Maryland and study neuroscience with plans to attend medical school and become an orthopedic surgeon. He is the son of Randall and Andrea French. Randall and Andrea, stand up. Congratulations to you all. Sydney Grafton, Falston High School. Sydney was a standout lacrosse player for the Cougars and demonstrated outstanding perseverance, battling 2 knee injuries with significant rehabilitation periods. A 4-year member of the varsity lacrosse team and senior captain, she earned All-County first team as a sophomore and second as a junior. In her junior season, Sydney had 62 assists and 35 goals. When the Cougars won the state championship, Sydney was named MVP of the game, scoring 3 goals and 3 assists. She was starter for the state championship varsity team as a freshman and served as the soccer team manager during her sophomore and junior seasons. Ranked 10th in her class, she earned honor roll every quarter throughout high school and was a member of the National Honor Society. She was also nominated for the Leading Women of Harford County Award and served as class vice president for 3 years. Sydney will play lacrosse at Grand Valley State University, where she plans to study sports management and communications, and she is the daughter of proud parents Todd and Sue Grafton. Gordon Leftowitz, Falston High School. A 3-sport athlete for the Cougars, Gordon played soccer, basketball, and tennis. He was right midfielder for the JV and varsity soccer teams, serving as team captain as a sophomore and senior. Gordon was power forward for the JV and varsity basketball teams and also competed in men's singles for the tennis team, serving as senior team captain. Gordon is ranked 1st in his class. In the Project Lead the Way program, he earned Distinguished Honor Roll throughout high school. He's a member of the National Honor Society and the Science, Math, and French National Honor Societies. Gordon is senior class president, active in the PEP squad, academic team, the variety show, and has served as an algebra tutor. He's also a member of the Order of the Arrow Scouting National Honor Society. Gordon will attend the University of Maryland and plans to major in civil engineering with an environmental focus. He is the son of proud parents Lee and Julie Lefowitz. Axel Lorenzen, C. Milton Wright High School. Woohoo! My alma mater. Serving as senior captain for the Mustang State Championship soccer team, Axel ended his high school career with an incredible season. He set the school record for numbers of goals in a season with 20 while adding 3 assists. Axel was named first team All-State, first team All-Metro, first team All-Chesapeake, first team All-County, and first team All-Aegis, and named Aegis Player of the Year. Wow, Axel. Woo! Prior to varsity soccer, he was captain of the JV team, scoring 12 goals with 8 assists as a sophomore. He is ranked second in his class and has been a consistent honor roll student. He's a member of the National Honor Society and the Math and German National Honor Societies. He will major in data science at Loyola University, Maryland, and he is the son of very proud parents, Kenneth and Lisa Lawrence. Leah Lucas, Aberdeen High School. Leah played varsity volleyball and varsity softball for Eagles for all 4 years. She was named captain of the varsity volleyball team as a freshman and earned second team All-County. As a sophomore, she received the County Good Sportsmanship Award. Leah also served as the captain of the softball team. A student in the Science and Mathematics Academy, she is ranked 10th in her class and is a member of the National Honor Society and Science National Honor Society. She earned Distinguished Honor Roll throughout high school and won gold, silver, and bronze awards for the Scholastic Awards Distinguished Scholar Program. Leah will attend North Carolina State University and major in biomedical engineering. She is the daughter of very proud parents, Mark and Rachel Lucas. Grace Marchetti, the John Carroll School. Grace was a 3-sport athlete for the Patriots, playing varsity soccer, basketball, and lacrosse all 4 years. She was captain of the varsity basketball team since her sophomore year, earning All-County or All-Conference every season since her sophomore year. During her junior lacrosse season, Grace had 31 draws, 7 assists, 14 caused turnovers, 22 ground balls, and scored 32 goals. Incredible, earning all-county recognition. She was selected to play in the All-American Underclass tournament and invited to the U18 USA Lacrosse Team Nationals. Academically, she is ranked 25th% of her class, earning first honors throughout high school. Grace will play lacrosse at James Madison University, where she plans to major in psychology. She is the proud daughter of proud parents. I'm just so proud of everyone here. These accomplishments are amazing. Matt and Chrissy Marchetti. Jack Morrill, Aberdeen High School. A 4-year member of the varsity baseball team, Jack was team captain as a junior and senior. During his junior season, he had a .326 batting average, .453 on base percentage, .451 slugging percentage, 5 doubles, and 14 stolen bases. He also played JV soccer as a sophomore and varsity soccer as a junior and senior, serving as senior captain. Jack is ranked first in his class in the Science and Mathematics Academy. He earned Distinguished Honor Roll throughout high school and AP Scholar with distinction. Jack was a member of the National Honor Society and Science National Honor Society. Jack will attend Vanderbilt University and major in biomedical engineering. He is the son of, I'm going to say it again because it's true, proud parents, Justin and Tracy. Justin Naylor, Joppatown High School. As a freshman, Justin discovered his love for running when he joined the track and field team to meet the physical fitness requirement for his Eagle Scout rank. Since then, he has earned 2 state championships and set 11 school records. Justin was captain of cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track teams as a sophomore, junior, and senior. As a junior, he set the school 3.1-mile cross country record and was named second team All-County. Then he placed first in the indoor track state championship 800-meter race and third in the 1600-meter. He holds the Joppatown school record in the following events: cross country, 3.1 mile, indoor track, 1 mile, 1600 meter, 1500 meter, 1000 meter, 800 meter, 4x400 meter, outdoor track, 1600 meter, 1500 meter, 1600 meter, and 800 meter. That is amazing. You guys are really giving me a tough time of all these accomplishments to read. Justin earned Distinguished Honor Roll every quarter and is ranked in the top 18% of his class. Justin's running career will continue at Charleston Southern University, where he will major in business and entrepreneurship. He will also be enrolled in the Army ROTC program. Justin is the son of very proud parents, David and April Naylor. Cammie Nugent, Havre de Grace High School. Cammie was a 4-year starting defender on the varsity field hockey team. As senior captain, she led her team to a winning season with the best record in school history. Her coach named Cammie the most valuable player and nominated her to play in the Field Hockey Coaches Association of Maryland Senior Game. She was named to the 2024 All-Aegis team and first All-Conference. She also ran 1 season of track as a freshman and served as the track team manager her sophomore through senior year. Ranked first in her class, she earned Distinguished Honor Roll all 4 years. She has been active in her school through the Multicultural Club, the Academic Team, Student Government Association, and the Green Team. Using her musical talent, she played clarinet in the town's 4th of July parade. I remember that. All 4 years, played for 3 local elementary school Christmas programs, and played piano at a nursing home 1 Christmas season. She plans to attend the University of Maryland, majoring in chemistry to pursue a doctorate of pharmacy. And we couldn't be prouder, as her parents are as well. We're going to make them stand up, Tung and Nathalie Nugent. Mackenzie Pavilska, C. Milton Wright. Kenzie was a member of the Mustang soccer, basketball, and track and field teams. She played defense as a junior for the state semifinalist soccer team and forward during her senior year. When the Mustangs reached the state finals, a 3-year member of the basketball team, Kenzie was a shooting guard, earning Player of the Month during her junior year and Player of the Game as junior and senior. She started as a mid-distance runner for the track and field team as a freshman and sophomore, but switched to throwing shot put and discus, and was named the Most Improved Thrower award as a junior. Academically, she is ranked in the top 7% of her class and earned Distinguished Honor Roll all 4 years. Kenzie plans to become a nurse and will attend Penn State University. And she is the daughter of very proud parents, Mark and Cynthia. Jade Shaw, Joppatown High School. Got a fan club, Jade. Jade has been a captain of the varsity volleyball team since her sophomore year. She also ran track for the Mariners, placing second in the region in the 100-meter hurdle and ninth in the state as a sophomore. During her sophomore season, the 4x200 relay team placed first in the region and fifth in the state, while the 4x100 team placed second in the region and sixth in the state. During her junior season, both teams placed in top 3 in the regional championship. Ranked in the top 10% of her class, Jade earned Distinguished Honor Roll in 9th grade and Honor Roll all quarters since her sophomore year, member of the National Honor Society, and president of her junior and senior class. She is active in school through Multicultural Society, Future Teachers of America, and the Student Government Association. Jade is taking dental classes at Harford Community College, where she will continue next year before applying to the University of Maryland School of Dentistry Hygiene Program, and she is the daughter of very proud parents, Carlton and Joy. Grant Smith, Bel Air High School. Grant was a senior captain of the varsity lacrosse and wrestling teams. He played varsity lacrosse all 4 years, and each year the team was the regional champion. As a senior, he placed third in the regional championship wrestling match, qualifying for the state tournament. He placed fifth in the UC-BAC conference as a junior and won the Unsung Hero Award for his team. Prior to varsity, Grant was captain for JV wrestling team as a sophomore and led the team in falls, takedowns, and team points. He is ranked 8th in his class and earned Distinguished Honor Roll every quarter throughout high school. Grant plans to study computer engineering at Virginia Tech, and he is the son of proud parents Jason and Leslie Smith. Darian Walters, Edgewood High School. Darian was the captain of the cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track teams, leading the distance team each season and setting 2 school records. He was named first team all-conference and first team all-region in cross-country as a junior and senior. Darian was also named all-conference in outdoor track as a junior, setting the school record on the distance medley relay 400 team meter. Ranked in the top 11% of his class, he earned Principal's Honor Roll throughout high school, as well as the Minds in Emotion Award. He was a member of the National Honor Society and Spanish National Honor Society. He will be attending Salisbury University and plans to major in astronomy and physics, and he is the son of proud parents Armand and Michaela Walters. Brielle Whitworth, Edgewood High School. Brielle was a state champion runner for the Rams, setting multiple school records and earning first team All-State. She started her athletic career playing JV basketball as a freshman before focusing solely on running. In cross country, she was named first team All-County, All-Region, and All-State since her sophomore year. She was named the cross country most valuable player every season and holds the school record in the 3-mile and 5K events. She was also named first team All-County, All-Region, All-Metro, and All-State in both indoor and outdoor track. She was recognized as the state athlete of the week during her junior outdoor track season. As a student in the Global Studies International Baccalaureate Magnet Program, she is ranked 10th in her class. She earned Principal's Honor Roll and the Minds in Motion Award every quarter throughout high school. She will attend the University of Pittsburgh, where she plans to major in nutrition and enroll in the 4+1 program, earning a master's degree in 5 years. She is the daughter of very proud parents, Brian and Letitia Whitworth. Now, Alexander Walkenfuss, unfortunately he is not here. He is also running in a meet, right? Harford Technical High School. Starting as right back defender for the state champion soccer team, Alex earned second team All-County as a junior. before switching to cross country for his senior year. He was named captain of the state champion cross country team, was an individual state finalist, and named second team all-county. Captain and MVP of the indoor and outdoor track teams, he set many school records. He was the state champion for the 800-meter and outdoor track during his junior season and was named first team all-county and second team all-metro for both indoor and outdoor track as a junior. Alex is ranked in the top 7% of his class, earning Distinguished Honor Roll every quarter and Student of the Month in Nursing every year. He will attend St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia, with plans to study nursing to pursue pediatric or emergency care. Alex is the proud son of proud parents, Jeremy and Pam Wackenfuss. Your accomplishments are amazing. I can't say enough about how proud I am to be from Harford County and how great it is to see all of you earn these deserving awards. And I know I made the parents stand up, but you deserve the recognition as well. You've raised some wonderful children that are going to be the future leaders of America, and I'm proud to say they will be from Harford County. And now it's time to announce the two $5,000 award winners. It is my pleasure to welcome back the Cesky Banquet Committee Chairman Greg, good friend of mine, great guy, to announce the recipients of the two $5,000 scholarships.
Thanks, Christy. Let's give Christy another round of applause. She does a great job at this every year. Now, Moselle made reference to the selection process, but let me give you a little bit of the details. Each school winner completes an application that includes their high school transcripts, any AP test scores, and the results of any SAT or ACT or SAT scores. This information comes to our president, Rob McGee, and he redacts all references to names and schools so that the selection process is completely anonymous. Then our selection committee, chaired this year by Macon Tucker, receives all the redacted applications. Each committee member reads the applications and rates them in 5 categories: academics, athletics, school involvement, community service, and an essay. These scores are calculated by the committee chair, and the top 3 male and 3 female scores are revisited. The committee meets in person to select the two $5,000 winners from this pool. This process is taken very seriously, and much discussion occurs, some arguments sometimes. I would like to give a special thank you to the selection committees at the schools and the Cesky Selection Committee. So for all of our winners, after the program, I'm going to invite you back to the reception room where you will all receive some very impressive citations from some of our elected officials and the instructions on how to get your scholarship. So parents, you may want to make sure that you get those instructions. If you're called for the $5,000 scholarship, I'll ask you to come up, receive this impressive silver Revere bowl, and provide some brief comments. Let's get to our winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 male recipient of the $5,000 Cesky Scholarship Award, from Falston High School, Gordon Lefkowitz.
We'll get a picture real quick for Mom. All right. First off, thank you so much to the Cesky Foundation for this wonderful honor. It's really great what you guys are doing for all the kids here, and we all appreciate you so very much. And congrats to the rest of the recipients. You guys are all amazing student athletes, and I'm really motivated and inspired to be on the same plane as you guys. Also, here with me from my school is my mom and dad, my principal, Mr. Collins, my coach, Coach Price, my tennis coach, AD, Mr. Mull, AP World History teacher. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to strive at Falston. I really appreciate you guys. A little more, I guess. Sports have really, I think, shaped me to the person I am today. And I think a bit of a unique way, playing sports, but also as a referee of soccer and basketball. I've really learned how to be a leader and work well with others. And I think it's all, yeah. That's what I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 female recipient of the $5,000 Cesky Scholarship Award, from Bel Air High School, Paige Fike.
I just prepared a little something. So let me get that set up real quick. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Paige Fike, and I'm truly grateful to be awarded this scholarship among such an accomplished group of athletes. I would like to begin with a special thank you to our Cesky Scholarship Committee for recognizing all the student athletes within this room for their hard work and commitment to excelling within academics as well as athletics, and by providing each one of us a scholarship to help further our education. Getting here was quite a journey, and I'm sure all of you agree that staying a student athlete instead of becoming an athlete that's also a student can be challenging. And throughout my journey, I had a lot of support, including my parents, my coaches, my teammates, teachers, and even my dog, Cora. They all contributing to make me the person I am today, lucky enough to receive this award. Next, I owe a massive thank you to my coaches, to my field hockey coach, Coach Luca. Thank you for being one of my biggest cheerleaders throughout every season. Your advice, motivation, and encouragement has truly helped me grow into the player I am today. To my lacrosse coach, Coach Kristen Berry, thank you for all the time, effort you put into our team, helping each one of us to learn and improve every practice. It is amazing to have a great coach on the field, but it is really unheard of to have a great coach off the field that is a true friend you can talk to and lean on off the field. So the coaches at Bel Air have truly cultivated an amazing support system for their student athletes, and for that I will forever be grateful. Lastly, I say the biggest thank you for my parents, Karen and David Fike. I am deeply grateful for the time they have sacrificed to come and support me at all my games since the age of 5 at my first basketball game. Without their constant love, advice, and support, this accomplishment would be next to impossible. So thank you to all my coaches, teachers, friends, and family for unwavering support that allowed me to become the person I am today. Thank you.
How about another round of applause for Gordon Lefkowitz and Paige Fike? And another round of applause for all of these amazing, amazing young people. We want you to celebrate your accomplishments. Any chance you get, thank your family, friends, teachers, and coaches. Go on and do great things. We're watching you. We know you are going to be phenomenal. It's been my honor to serve as the Master of Ceremonies today. I always say every year that I have done this, if I were doing this in this time and age, I wouldn't be here comparing my background to yours. You are all so incredibly well-spoken, talented, gifted. Don't take it for granted. Remember that life is not a destination, it's a journey. Continue to do well. Thank you. I also want to thank Greg DeWard. He doesn't get enough credit as the chair of the Al Cesky Committee, so let's give him a big round of applause. And at this time, I would invite Father DeFusco to return to the podium to offer our closing benediction.
Well, I just want to echo it. I'll be quick again, too. Grace is the only student athlete I knew before tonight, but I love all the bios. I feel like we all know all of you. And getting to watch you all stand so awkwardly, that was the best part of the night. No, that means you're humble. And that's how to remain grateful. What's the best sports movie of all time? Chariots of Fire. All you runners, if you don't see it soon, that's a mortal sin. Okay, in the last scene, Eric Little he has to run a different distance than what he has done his whole life because he refuses to run on Sunday because of his faith that he shouldn't run on Sunday. He keeps Sunday for worship. I won't tell you what happens, but right before he races, the distance that's not really his, he's from England, and an American competitor gives him a little note, and it says, "To him who honors God, God will honor." Lord, we thank you for this beautiful evening and these beautiful lives. We thank you for all their hard work and all their talent, all the parents that have supported them and challenged them, encouraged them, their coaches, their teachers. Almighty God, we thank you for you, the mentor who believes in us. That's why we live. Bless us today and every day, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Have a great evening. Good night.